Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. So, as you can tell by the title, tonight is about changing your mind. It's perfectly okay to change your mind, especially when something is hurting you or when something isn't nourishing you. When something's taken away from you, when you're uncomfortable, whatever it is, you can always change your mind. And this is just a reminder if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in that, because I've met people who, for some reason, don't believe in changing your mind. And if you said something, you can't go back on what you said, and you can't go back on. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't let anyone make you think that you're not allowed to make your choices for your life. And with the theme of this episode, it's really about changing course and with relationships and friendships and family. I never thought I would be this person because I used to want close friendships. I used to want to be friends with everybody and make everybody feel comfortable and included. And that is until I realized that some people feel comfortable by making me uncomfortable. And some people's thoughts and choices, they just don't align with mine. So I choose to separate myself and I choose to distance myself. I don't mean to be mean or sound rude when I say this, but I've realized that sometimes you have to separate yourself. You have to separate yourself from women with certain mindsets. And you can't help the way someone views you or the way that someone chooses to treat you or how someone chooses to categorize you. And I recently had an old friend reach out to me, and we were talking about our friendship. I told y'all about her before. We was talking about our friendship, and she was telling me how she saw me glow up and she watched me change my life and she'd seen me do all these different things, and she never received guidance from her mother, or she didn't have anyone to show her and teach her. And she looked up to me for that. She looked to me to help her. And she feels like I never wanted to help her, that I was pretty much trying to shit on her. And to me, while I made it clear that that wasn't my intention at all, it doesn't make sense to expect something from someone when you've never told them anything. Because all this is going on in her head. And, meanwhile, I'm living my life. I'm getting up living my life every day, and I'm trying to strive to be better than I was yesterday. And somebody is in the background. They lurking in the background, mad. Mad at me. Oh, she's doing this for her life. She's doing that. And I see her doing this, and she don't want to help me. She don't want to help me. What? How do you, what? You haven't even told me that you want help. You haven't even told me that you need help. You didn't reach out to me and tell me anything. Wasn't honest with me about anything. So instead of saying what needs to be said, the blame falls on me. I have no idea that you feel this way. I have no idea that you are feeling this way. I don't think anybody's watching me. I don't think anybody is watching me and taking notes and wishing they was like me. And I don't think that. I'm just living my life. So come on, it doesn't make sense. But if you grew up around solid shit, if you grew up around a solid foundation, and this is for my girls who did grow up with role models and people that they had to look up to and model after. If you had that, you can't hang around girls who never had that. You just can't. If you had men talking to you, you had grown men that were talking to you and showing you what a gentleman was and teaching you, what you should expect from a man and all these different things. You had older women reaching back and trying to guide you and trying to help you. Which and I'll say it wasn't perfect. It wasn't always perfect, or, it wasn't the top tierest of the teaching, but at least you got a little something. You can't hang around people who don't have that. You can't hang around girls who have never experienced that, because they won't get your thought process. They don't know how to value themselves. They don't know how to look at themselves and want better. They don't know how to thrive and strive for better, because it's never been told to them. And they don't, like, it wasn't told to me until I got a little bit older, but I caught the tail end of it and I was able to pull myself the rest of the way. Like, they just won't get it. You know, if you have accomplishments, or if you have goals, or you have some things that you've done in life, and you know, you want better for yourself, you can't hang around people who don't have accomplishments. You can't hang around people who don't have goals. They're not going to want to push for better. They're okay with just enough. You know, they're okay with an average life. And I don't want that. I've watched my family suffer. I've watched my cousins suffer, close friends suffer from making decisions that they mama didn't stop them from making, that they aunties, that they grandma didn't stop them from making. And the reason why they don't stop you from making those decisions is because they want to see you fail. They want to see you fail because for whatever reason, you have the opportunity to live a life that they didn't live. You have the opportunity to be different. They want to see you. And this is unfortunate. I'm not saying this is all mamas and this is all, older women, but a good chunk of them, they want to see their daughters and their nieces go down the same path they went down. They want to see niggas dog you out. They want to see you, get pregnant early. They want to see you not be able to finish school, not be able to follow your dreams, not be able to make a certain amount of money, not be able to travel. They want to see you do that stuff so that they have somebody to sit back and complain with. They want to see you fail. A lot of them. So when you look back and you like, mama, why didn't you tell me that this is how men would be? Why didn't you tell me that this is how my relationship could go if I didn't stop it early? Because they're jealous. They are jealous of you. And however way you acted when you was a child, they're like, oh, I'm going through all this. I'm busting my ass working all these different jobs and trying to take care of my family and trying to, provide. And maybe you was a arrogant child. Maybe you was an asshole child. Maybe you was bad as a kid. They want to see you struggle the way that they struggled. That's why they're not helping you. That's why they're not teaching you. It pisses me off to see these mothers and these aunties and these grandmothers not teach their children when they know better. You have the keys. You have the resources to help. Why the fuck won't you help them? Why don't you want your daughter to live a better life? Why the fuck are you not forcing her and making her? Okay, for example, y'all, I was driving Uber some months back. And I met this older lady. Her name is Hazel. And she was asking me, what am I doing? And am I, do I drive full time? I told her, this is just a part-time thing I do every now and then. And I'm in school. I'm still in school, as y'all know, for rad tech. And she was like, you know what? That's so crazy because I was a rad tech for 28 years. And it's going to take care of you. If you keep trying and no matter what, if you finish out, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it for the rest of your life. And she told me her daughter, she said, I told my daughter that she needed to do something with her life. She came to me one day and she told me that she wasn't going to college and that she was pregnant and she was just finna go work at the store down the street and this and that. And I told her, hell no. Hell no. You're going to do this and you're going to be something. You're going to do something with your life. And you're going to get out my house. You're going to get out your mother's house. And you're going to want better for yourself. Stop settling for just enough. I don't know why people mamas is not telling them that. I do know why, like I just said, but I don't know what it is inside of them that makes them feel like it's okay. That's the part I don't know. I don't know why it makes them feel okay watching their child suffer, and struggle. Something is wrong with that. But when you get around other people and when you get around girls who their families is like that, they're going to see you as a bragging bitch. If you're doing something with your life, you have a vision for yourself of who you want to be. They're going to see you as a bragging bitch. They're going to see you as somebody who is snooty, you know? And as much as I want to have friends, and as much as I want to be around familiarity and just the comfort of people that I've known for a long time, and, we all know each other and we know what to expect from each other. Once again, I have hit a fork in the road and I'm forced to change course. And I don't think I can be around the same types of people. I don't think so. I don't think I can be around the same people that I always have, because if I'm evolving, you should be evolving too. You should be evolving with me. And no, I don't know what my social circle is going to look like. Excuse me. I don't know what my social circle is going to look like, here within the next few years. Hell, I don't even know what it's going to look like next year. But I do know that I will prefer my friendships to be congruent. I want us to all be on the same page. And I want to be around people who are level-headed. And this leads me to asking myself, have I been settling? Have I been settling in friendships? And am I thinking too small, or have I been underestimating myself and underplaying my potential? Because I've noticed the jealousy. I've noticed hints of jealousy and resentment in people's tones, as if I'm snooty or I somehow think I'm better than them, or there's always this underlying something. It's just this underlying air of resentment. So I have to stop and think, am I better than him? Am I better? And I haven't been raised to think I was better than anyone, but it seems like I am. Have I been better than people the whole time? And if I am, where do I find my people at? Have I been above average and I've just been playing myself as average? This is a serious question. Sometimes you have to turn around and ask yourself, am I really better than these people that I choose to be around? And if I am, where do I find my people who are just as good as me or better than me? Because I know what to do with somebody who's moving better than me. I already know not to be jealous of them. I already know to get inspired by them. I already know to network with them. I already know this stuff. I already know that I'm not a malicious person. I already know to clap for others. I know this stuff. So it just makes me wonder why nobody else knows it. And why are y'all looking at me like I'm the problem because you didn't do what you could have done in your life? How am I the issue? And that's another reason why you can't be around your hometown. This is my second hometown. You can't really be around the same people because a lot of people are where you left them. And nobody want to hear about how great your life has been. Because to them, it's, you talking your shit. When you really not. You're really just telling the truth. You're really just answering that question. And yeah, y'all, I am aware that this is something I need to discuss with my therapist. I do get that. And I will be making my appointment next week. But these are the things that keep me up at night. This is stuff that I really think about and wonder about, because I don't have friends. I have maybe one or two people that I talk to every now and again. Sometimes I might go out to dinner with them, but that's it. I'm not in a friend group. I don't have a group chat. There is no friend trips. The girls trips that I be booking is on the Link Up. If you're interested in that, it's on Facebook. It's called The Link Up. Literally. And it's just girls trips. You just meet up with strangers, which is mostly black women, and just go on trips. The girls meet up to go on trips or meet up to go out to dinner or something. We separate and we meet up again when it's time for another trip. But it's frustrating to keep having to switch around. It's like the older I get, I'm learning that I might not be able to have friends consistently. I might not be able to have friends that I talk to every day or be around people constantly. I might just have to do my own thing and touch base with people. We touch base, we catch up, we enjoy ourselves, and then maybe we might be separate again for a couple weeks, and then we touch base again. Like, that might be what my friendships look like in the future, because I like my solitude. I like the peace that comes with my solitude. I like knowing that there's nobody around to take from me energetically. I like to know that I'm safe when it comes to that type of stuff. There's no one here that I have to, and maybe it might be a little selfish, yeah, because there's no one here that I have to consider. There's no one, especially friend wise. Like, I am more lenient if it's a romantic partner, but friend wise, I don't have to consider what you're going to think. I don't have to worry about if I'm talking to you enough, because I'm not the type of person that's going to be sitting talking to you 24/7, 365. Like, that's just not who I am. I'm never up anyone's ass. And some people, they want that. They want you to be up their ass. They want you to talk to them all the time, or it's not a real friendship if you don't talk to them every single day. It's not a real friendship if you're not telling each other every single detail about everything that you do all the time. That's just not who I am. I've tried to be that person before. I thought that's who I was at one point. But the older I get, I don't have the tolerance for that. And I don't think it's fair to tolerate anyone either. Like, I don't think it's fair to have the tolerance and be able to, not even be able to, but force myself to deal with somebody like that, because then I feel like I'm overextending myself and I am straining, and I'm forcing myself to do something that I really don't want to do. And I don't believe in forced relationships. I just don't. I don't want to be in a friendship where if I don't talk to you for 2 days, 3 days, it's a problem. You have an attitude. We have to have a discussion about it. Or you go and get on social media and now you posting subliminals and trying to make me react. Like, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't like you. I just don't. That's not how I am. That's not who I am as a person. And if who I am as a person doesn't align, then it just doesn't align. And that's never to say like, oh, this is just who I am. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. Because what I'm doing is not abusive. Like, the way I'm living is not abusive. It's different when you're in a relationship and you're telling somebody they're not communicating with you enough and they're like, oh, well, this is just how I am. Like, no. Because what I'm doing is not abusive to you. It's not taking anything away from you. I'm letting you know. And I've been this way the entire time. So why is it an issue now? I'm not going to be kissing anyone's ass. I'm just not doing that. So, yeah, I think it might just be time for me to be okay with the idea that my solitude is what's best, at least for right now. You know, things change. Things always change. My thought process is ever changing, and I'm ever evolving, trying to get better, but I have to do what's best for me during each phase. Right now, I'm in the phase of getting this schoolwork done and focusing on what the next step is with Rad Tech. So anything aside from that, I'm really not concerned about. You know? But yeah, before I go too crazy, I just want to get that off my chest, y'all. Thank you for listening. If y'all are still here. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.